There hasn't been a battle this intense in a segment this accessible in a long time. Now, if you think back to about 5 years ago, the subcompact crossover segment was just loaded with well-known brands and nameplates that were, well, looking to make a name for themselves. In fact, our data shows that the segment was the most happening place in the industry at the time, showing a lot of growth, especially for the cars that cost under 1 million Philippine pesos. Now it's 2022, and there are tons more options to choose from. So we're here to help you compare between the MG ZST, the Geely Coolray, the Ford Territory, the Kia Seltos, and the Chevrolet Tracker. The top spot in each category will take a maximum of 5 points, obviously, and then 4 and so on. The categories are power, interior, tech and safety, ride comfort, cargo space, and then price. And just like our pickup Comparo, which by the way, if you click on the link somewhere above, you can check out what we rated the best pickup truck, the overall look, which played a key role in deciding our winner, may do so again because, well, we left it to you on our Facebook page. Before we get into it, much love to Aguila Auto Glass. Now you think it's not exciting, but some of the most magnificent structures known to man are made of glass. You've got the Louvre, the Gherkin, the Aldar headquarters, the Royal Danish Library, Ricky Hatton's jaw.
That is, oh my gosh, what a straighten up that.
Man, I can watch that all day. It's beautiful. Celebrating 70 years in 2022, Aguila Auto Glass has 25 locations around Luzon from Lawag to Legazpi. No paint too large, no curve too complex. Aguila Auto Glass can retrofit any panel, stock or bespoke. If it ain't the Red Eagle head logo, it ain't worth it. Mighty Eagle! Parang I need to work out. We begin with what's under the hood. Now, most of the vehicles in this Comparo come powered by a turbocharger motor, with the exception being the Kia Seltos. As fuel efficiency is relative to how we drive, we really won't be including that as a factor. I mean, we can't really have the same figures from the tight roads of the city versus long drives out to the province, right? It just doesn't make sense. But they all do carry very torquey engines. Up first, and the newest of the bunch, is the MG ZST. It's powered by a 1.3-liter turbocharged gasoline 3-cylinder engine that produces 161 horses and 230 newton-meters of torque. It sends power to the front wheels via a 6-speed automatic transmission. Next is the Geely Coolray. Now, just like its MG counterpart, it is also powered by a turbocharged 3-cylinder. The 1.5-liter under the hood pushes out 177 horses and 255 newton-meters of torque, easily making it one of the more powerful options available on the market today. It sends power to the front wheels via a 7-speed wet DCT. Another 1.5-liter in this Comparo is the Ford Territory. Now this time it has a 4-cylinder motor instead of the typical 3-cylinder engines that you would find in other competitors. It produces a healthy 141 horses and 225 newton-meters of torque. Distinguishing it from the rest, it sends power to the front wheels via a CVT. Here's a quick change of pace in the Kia Seltos, which features the largest engine in this Comparo, coming in with a 2-liter naturally aspirated motor. Now, it produces 147 horses and 179 newton-meters of torque, which it sent to the front wheels via an intelligent variable transmission, or IVT. Coming in with easily the smallest engine on the list is the Chevrolet Tracker. Just like the other crossovers, it also comes with a 3-cylinder turbocharged engine that produces 116 horses and 175 newton-meters of torque. It's a front-wheel drive crossover that shifts via a 6-speed automatic transmission. In fifth place is the Chevrolet Tracker, as it has the smallest engine of the bunch that also produces the least amount of power. Now in fourth, well technically third and fourth, is a tie between the Kia Seltos and the Ford Territory, as they both come with similar power figures. The Territory has more torque while the Seltos has more horsepower. In second is the ZST, as it makes more power than the rest of its rivals while utilizing a 3-cylinder engine. Now topping them all is the Geely Coolray, as it produces the most amount of power and torque from a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine. So as it stands currently, the Coolray takes the early lead, followed by the ZST. Tied for third are the Territory and the Seltos, with the Tracker looking to catch up. Next, let's get into the interior design of each of these crossovers. The MG ZST takes on a sportier design when it comes to its interior. It comes with jet fighter-like air vents with red accents found on the center console and on the dashboard as well. There are also red accents and MG logos found on the headrests of the crossover and on the shifter. While the interior design is great, the plastics of choice lean more toward the durable side, with a few soft-touch materials thrown in around the cabin. All in all, a more youthful look really, and ideal for the young professional. Now the Geely Coolray, well at least for us, comes with one of the better looking interiors for its class. It comes with a great dual-layer design for its dashboard, with plenty of high quality and soft-touch materials found all around. We can confidently say that it caught us off guard when it initially launched, as it offers you a lot of features for an affordable price point. Now the Ford Territory comes with a more futuristic design approach to its dashboard, as it comes with a massive infotainment system that also acts as the climate control for the vehicle. Aside from that, it also comes with premium accents such as fall wood trims and high gloss panels found on the dashboard. Material quality is also great, with plenty of soft-touch materials around the cabin. Now, one thing we don't like, hear me out, is the glossy black plastics found on the center of the dashboard, which, well, it can get easily scratched up over time. In the case of the Kia Seltos, the Korean automaker has played it safe, with the vehicle giving it a more minimalistic design. There is a large silver accent found on the dashboard, but aside from that, it's all black from that point onwards. Interior materials do lean more toward the durable side, but there are a few soft-touch plastics here and there. Overall, it's a subtle interior for those who don't want something too flashy. You know what I mean? Now the Chevrolet Tracker takes a different approach to its design, as it comes with a minimalistic look. There aren't too many loud accents found in the vehicle, aside from, well, its red stitching on the dashboard and a couple of silver accents found in the air vents. Now interior material quality does lean more toward the durable side, but at least you know that they will be able to last long. Overall, a great design, especially if you want something subtle and sporty at the same time. You get what I'm coming from? So in fifth place is the MG ZST, as it only comes with minor improvements over its normal ZS counterpart. It's closely followed by the Chevrolet Tracker, which is in fourth, and the Kia Seltos in third. Taking the second spot is the Ford Territory. Now it gets black and gray interior color combination, but it makes up for it with a lot of features, which include ventilated seats, huge amounts of room, and premium materials, which include leather and high quality plastics. However, topping them once again is the Coolray, as it has one of the best looking interiors in the industry, and it punches way above its price tag. You get leather panels here, some metal over there, and even tribute patterns that add a touch of special in this model. Top marks thus far for the Coolray with 10 points. The Territory breaks the tie and moves up into second with 7, followed closely by the Seltos with 6. Now the ZST loses just a bit of ground and is in fourth with 5, while the Tracker is in fifth place on 4 points. Now, perhaps because of their popularity in many parts of the world, crossovers have received a lot of attention from manufacturers with regards to technology and safety features. Now, these vehicles typically receive some of the most advanced features brands have to offer. Now, with that said, some crossovers are more feature-rich than others. So, let's find out which model packs the best tech. The MG ZST starts things off with a set of essential features. Stepping inside the cabin, you'll see a multicolored driver's display and a massive 10-inch touchscreen infotainment unit with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now for comfort, the driver gets heated 6-way power-adjustable seats, while the front passenger gets 4-way manually adjustable seats, also heated. The ZST also features cruise control, rain-sensing wipers, and 5 USB ports. Now for safety, there's an electronic parking brake with an auto-hold function. You also get enhanced stability control with traction control, hill hold control, and more. Among the ZST's active safety features include a blind spot information system, lane change assist, rear cross-traffic alert, and rear driving assist. To top things off, the ZST features a reverse camera, a rear parking sensor, and a 360-degree vehicle view system. The Geely Coolray is among the most advanced vehicles in its class, thanks to a variety of cutting-edge tech and safety features. Geely equipped the Coolray with a 7-inch driver's display and a 10.25-inch infotainment system. The absence of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto sets the Coolray back just a bit, but you still do get Bluetooth and QD-Link connectivity. Now apart from that, the Coolray features an automated parking assist system, remote engine start, electronic parking brake, and cruise control. Now as for safety, the Coolray includes 6 SRS airbags, a 360-degree panoramic camera, a turn signal camera, and blind spot detection. In many ways, the Ford territory helped redefine what a tech-packed crossover means in the Philippines. It starts with a 10-inch driver's display that gives you an abundance of information. Next, there's a 10-inch touchscreen display with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You also get a 10-way power-adjustable driver's seat, wireless charging, and ambient lighting, among, well, other tech goodies. On the safety side, the territory packs a lot of active safety features, including adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning, autonomous emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and lane departure warning. On top of that, you do also get an enhanced active park assist feature with support for parallel and perpendicular parking. And of course, who could forget the high-definition 360-degree camera on this bad boy? Not I. Although the Kia Seltos is not as well equipped as the other featured crossovers, it still packs some attractive tech and safety features. Now, as far as screens go, it gets a 3.5-inch LCD multifunctional display and an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment unit with Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. You also get cruise control, a rear camera display, and rear parking sensors. Now on the top of the line SX variant, you get features like illuminated push start button, single zone automatic climate control, and smart keyless entry. The Seltos' safety features include ABS, electronic stability control, downhill brake control, hill start assist, and anti-theft system with an engine immobilizer. And finally, there's the Chevrolet Tracker. You get a choice of between a monochrome or colored driver's display, depending on the variant. Now, what does come standard is an 8-inch Chevrolet MyLink infotainment system with Apple CarPlay and Bluetooth connectivity. There's no Android Auto here, so you'll have to look elsewhere for that. The Tracker's notable safety features include 4 airbags, rear parking sensors, and a reverse camera. Now, the relative lack of safety features is, well, it's a bit disappointing, but you do get enhanced stability control with ABS, EBD, traction control, hill start assist, and, well, other features. Rounding up the rear of the Comparo is the Chevrolet Tracker in 5th and the Kia Seltos in 4th. Now, both crossovers have nifty features of their own and good-looking infotainment units to boot, but the lack of active safety features ultimately bring them down to, well, the lower bracket. Sitting comfortably in 3rd place is the MG ZST. It did surprisingly well, but not well enough to beat the Coolray in the territory. I mean, it doesn't have parking assist, for example, but all in all, the ZST performed pretty admirably, to be honest. In 2nd place is the Geely Coolray, as it comes with a plethora of new technology that not only makes the vehicle safer, but also easier to drive. Taking the top spot is the Ford Territory, as it has a dizzying array of technology and active safety features. It also comes with a large touchscreen infotainment system that also doubles as its climate controls, and it even comes with a wireless Apple CarPlay and standard Android Auto. And for that, it gets top spot for this particular category. Still up top is the Coolray on 14, but edging closer is the Territory, just 2 points behind. Now, while the tracker is slowly building steam with 6, a tussle is brewing between the ZST and the Seltos, which are currently tied for third place at 8 points apiece. In the case of the MG ZST, much like its other rivals, it also offers a smooth and pliant ride. The suspension is tuned well for bumpier roads in the Philippines, but you can still tell that it was tuned slightly on the stiffer side. Now, this is evident on bumpier roads where the rebound of the suspension can be felt and, well, really even heard. Despite this, it rides, well, much like a sedan, really, with a bit of body roll here and there when taking corners at higher speeds. NVH is decent, and then the road noise will start to creep in at around 70 kilometers per hour. Engine noise, however, is isolated well, and engine vibrations are kept to a minimum, with almost none making its way into the cabin. The Coolray offers a pliant ride, one that you would expect, well, really from a crossover. It does well to take on bumps and other road imperfections and rides similarly to that of a sedan. Body roll is still present with the vehicle, especially if you're, taking on twisty roads at speed. The seats, however, are soft and well bolstered, keeping you right in place while not tiring you out at the same time. As for its NVH, it's pretty much standard for a crossover. Road noise starts to creep in around 80 kilometers per hour, but aside from that, the Coolray remains quiet at lower speeds. There is a little bit of a shudder while idling. I guess this is due to the design of the 3-cylinder engine, but the noise, well, it isn't intrusive, and Geely did a great job at isolating the engine noise from the cabin. Like its other competitors, the Ford Territory is a well-behaved crossover. Intrusions brought about by poor road conditions are smoothed out easily thanks to the unibody chassis and the fully independent suspension of the crossover. Body roll is, well, okay, it's still present, but very much manageable. As for its NVH, at speeds slower than 100 kilometers per hour, the road, engine, and tire noise, well, all very tolerable. However, the wind noise, that begins to creep in at about 100, and you can hear the engine begin to drone as well if you're accelerating. But if you stick to the city, you can expect good levels of background noise to be muffled, which is great, especially for a vehicle at this price point. It's not active noise cancellation, but it still does the job very, very well. Now, when it comes to the Kia Seltos, we found that this crossover was tuned to be a little bit on the sporty side compared to its other competitors. The seats are soft and supportive, the air conditioning is nice and cold, and the rear seats of the vehicle are spacious enough to comfortably seat 5 adults. Now, as far as handling is concerned, the suspension is tuned well and the shock absorbers lean toward more the stiffer side. Now, because of this, some of the road imperfections end up, well, being transferred to the occupants rather than the suspension of the vehicle. NVH is decent, with road and wind noise beginning to creep their way in at about 70 kilometers per hour, if I'm being honest. In terms of comfort, the Chevrolet Tracker is on par with, well, its other rivals, and with a couple of subcompact sedans, to be honest with you. It gives you a pliant and restrained ride thanks to its suspension and soft seats. Now, while a few bumps may make their way into the cabin, the suspension does well to keep them at bay. Now, the leather material used for the seats is soft, yet supportive enough to help you keep comfortable on longer drives. Compared to the rest of its competitors, body roll is a little more prevalent with this crossover, as its suspension, well, it leans more toward the softer side, which aids greatly in comfort, but not necessarily in terms of handling. You know what I mean? NVH is great with the Tracker, with a little bit of wind noise making its way to the cabin past, well, much higher, like 90 kilometers per hour. Engine noise is kept to a minimum, as a 1-liter engine turbo 3-cylinder hums along quietly, even on high gear. Now, as these vehicles will predominantly be used inside the city and on occasion trips out of town, what will ultimately decide which vehicle will take the top spot is how well they take on the imperfect roads of the country. right? So, in the lower part of the bracket are the Kia Seltos and the MG ZST in 5th and 4th place respectively. The road, wind, and engine noise make their way into the cabin even at lower speeds, so this relegates them to the lower bracket of the Comparo. Taking 3rd place is the Coolray, as it gives a relatively comfortable ride and also has great NVH. However, it is beat out by the Chevrolet Tracker in 2nd place, as it offers a better ride and is even quieter while on the road. Taking the top spot, however, for its superb NVH is the Ford Territory. Now, Ford really did a number on the crossover by giving a great ride while maintaining an affordable price. The seats are comfortable and can easily hold you in place when needed. The suspension also does a great job at keeping the bumps at bay. So, over the halfway mark and things are getting very interesting. The Territory has now tied with the Coolray for the lead at 17 points. What's more is that both the Seltos and the Tracker have clawed back at the ZST and are currently drawing even at 10 points apiece. Cargo space is also another important factor to consider when buying a new car. The more space you have, well, the more you can put inside your car. Obviously, like a bike, a cooler, your load of groceries for the week, or anything else that you want to transport. Now, for this segment, we will be comparing the cargo space of each crossover with the second row up to see which one will give you the most amount of space while still retaining a 5-seat occupant capacity. Got it? Good. The latest entry into the crossover segment from MG gives you a great amount of space with 359 liters at the back. Now, this is of course with the seats up, like we mentioned. Geely's flagship model is also in a similar boat, as it comes with 330 liters worth of space. Not the biggest cargo area available in the market, but still decent for what you need it to do. Ford's newest crossover has a lot to offer, and I do mean a lot because it comes with 420 liters of space. Nice! Which makes it one of the more spacious crossovers you can buy on the market today in terms of cargo space. Just above its American rival is the Kia Seltos, which boasts 433 liters of space at the back. Now, this gives you a lot more room for what you need to carry and then some. And rounding up the list is the Chevrolet Tracker, which is one of the brand's newest crossover entries into the local market. It boasts of 390 liters worth of cargo space, which puts it just below the 400-liter gang in terms of space. As cargo space can come at a premium when it comes to these crossovers, we will start with the one that has the least amount of it, okay? So, in 5th place is the Geely Coolray, as it has the smallest space available for this particular comparison. In 4th place is the MG ZST, which only has 29 liters more than its Geely counterpart. In 3rd is the Chevrolet Tracker, which gaps the MG rival by having close to 400 liters worth of space at the back. In 2nd is the Ford Territory, as it comes with over 400 liters worth of space available. But in 1st is the Kia Seltos, which trumps them all with 433 liters of space. Wouldn't you know it, we've got a new leader. The Territory has hurdled over the Coolray, looking to capitalize on a 3-point lead. Drawing last not too many categories ago was the Tracker, but has now trekked over the ZST by a point. The Seltos, comfortably in the middle, could still reach for the upper tier, yet isn't clear of the Chevy and the MG just down below. If you want the best experience of these vehicles, it should be said that the top-of-the-line variant is what you want to be aiming for. Now, for this, we will heavily consider and focus on the top-spec variants and their prices. However, we will make mention of some low to mid-range offerings should the brand supply them. Okay, so the prices are the MG, 1,158,000 Philippine pesos. The Coolray, 1,198,000. The Chevy, 1,242,888. The Ford, 1,310,000. And the Kia, 1,535,000 Philippine pesos. For the keen-eyed out there, we did not put into play the Geely Coolray Sport Limited Turbo, which is 50,000 Philippine pesos more because it's a limited run of only 1,000 units. So we wanted to make sure that this list was populated with units readily available at a moment's notice. And well, it looks like the MG is going to bag its first win not too late in the game, followed by the Geely, then the Chevy, then the Ford. Kia comes in last place since it is the most expensive of the bunch, but not all of these cars are the same across the board in terms of value. Okay, so considering the value proposition that these cars offer, the Territory would actually edge out the Tracker by a little bit, even if it's a little bit more expensive. Now, the reasoning is because the Territory is a compact crossover with a more powerful engine, and really, who doesn't like power? Now, we understand it's around 70,000 Philippine Pesos upgrade over its Chevy rival, but you do get more features and a lot more safety features as well. But unfortunately, it's still not enough to beat its other rivals that offer the same, if not more features, but with a cheaper price tag. Then you have the Geely and the MG, which are both really close in terms of price. A mere 40,000 Philippine Pesos separates the two, but the Geely is simply the better equipped of the bunch. Despite having the higher price tag, the Coolray comes out as the better equipped and more powerful crossover of the two, even with other variants considered. So for that, we were supposed to only award the MG ZST with a full 5 points, but we can't deny the value proposition that the Geely Coolray offers. It was supposed to get only 4 points, but with the value being considered, we will also give it 5 points, thus putting it in a tie with its MG rival. Sadly, Kia comes in last place. However, that doesn't make it a bad car. No, not at all. There are other variants for this model as well, which still come dressed with enough features to keep you happy, well, for the most part. Ink and paper have done their bit and there's no arguing about it, which means that the Coolray and the Territory are tied coming into the 7th category. The ZST is sitting comfortably in 3rd place, just a point separating it from the lower bracket. And if that wasn't too close to call, that lower bracket, the Seltos and the Tracker, are yet again drawing dead even till the very end. Okay, this is it. It's time for the last category. Now, just like before, we ran a poll on our Facebook pages and let the people vote for what they think is the best looking crossover amongst the 5. Now, as subjective as looks are, nobody can really fault the vote count, now can they? Okay, so the ZST picks up a little over 100 votes, a handful more for the Tracker. 3rd place belongs to the Seltos, just shy of 300. The Coolray more than doubles that number for 2nd, and the clear winner with over 1,000 votes is the Territory. At the end of a very well-fought Comparo, the ZST lacks just a single point, a mere inch from the place on the podium. The Tracker, which had a slow start, drove back into contention, but ultimately ended up in the same position as its MG rival. So it, along with the ZST, end up tied for 4th place. The Seltos was also on the fighting end of the Comparo. However, it was able to claw back a couple of points towards the end and was able to secure a 3rd place podium finish. The Geely Coolray had an early lead and was able to win several categories earlier on in the Comparo, but it was ultimately beat out by the Territory, which was able to claw back some points thanks to a late game run. It was initially a tie between the two after the 6th category, but your votes, we got a tiebreaker, giving the Ford the win over the Geely in terms of looks. So there you have it. Our 2022 crossover Comparo champion is... Wait, that's Gino's. The Ford Territory. What a Comparo! I enjoyed that, man. That was awesome. Actually, come to think of it, since the Geely Coolray and the Ford Territory are such close competitors, at least for this Comparo, maybe it's time for a good old head-to-head. Anyway, I digress. Thank you for watching, and thanks for all your help. You guys did truly make this Comparo exciting. Can't wait for your inputs again. Suggestions for the next Comparo? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe, and see you soon.